Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Looks like I've got dirt there. Need a shave. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing Famous Grouse, one of the biggest selling whiskies in Britain. I would say either the biggest or the second biggest, because Bell's was massive as well. So Famous Grouse is a brand of blended Scotch whisky, and I'm reading this off Wikipedia. First produced by Matthew Gloag and Son in 1896, so it's been around a while, and currently produced and owned by the Edrington Group. The single malt whiskies used in the Famous Grouse blend include the Edrington-owned Highland Park and the Macallan. Both of them are good brands, and they're more expensive. So it's weird, isn't it, how you get a blended whisky using two different whiskies. It's a hell of a lot cheaper than the single malts. Understand it? No. I suppose it depends how much of those whiskies are blended in. I mean, to me, blended whiskey is a bit of a bang the dregs in, jobs are good 'un. But am I right? Maybe not, maybe so. So, 50ml bottle makes a dinky little measure. 2 measures. I kept saying shots last night for another one, but it's actually measures, isn't it? Yeah. So it's got that copper colour, shall we say, to it. Typical whisky colour. On the nose, all about the alcohol on the nose. And they also make, the same company make famous snow grain whisky, Famous Grouse snow grain whisky. I'm sure they do a black grouse as well, if I remember rightly. And it says here, Famous Grouse famous for a reason, using finest grains, Scottish water, sherry and bourbon casks help create a rich, rounded and sweet whisky. It's certainly got some poke to it. I mean, I've drank distilled whiskies using still spirits and that, and they've got poke to it. But when you go back to the branded stuff, obviously it's probably triple distilled and aged in, you know, whiskey barrels and bourbon barrels and sherry barrels. So there is a sweetness to it. Oh my god, I've got shivers all the way round. Oh. And I've definitely got a hint of bourbon in the taste. Oh, that's strong. Oh dear. Now some people can drink this, it doesn't faze them, and I think that's certain brands, when you get used to them, they don't bother you at all. And I look like bloody Hitler with this. What? Okay now. Yeah, certain brands you can. I mean, I love the King's Ginger Liqueur, and I can drink that neat, and it doesn't bother me. Drink it, beautiful. Not cheap either. 50 cls for like 20 quid. 25 quid for something like 70 cls. Always worth getting the bigger bottle if you can afford it. But sadly, Tesco's don't sell it anymore. They've got rid of it. And one of my favourite spirits, Malibu Black, I can't even get hold of it. I've had it 2 or 3 times. Both times. Wait, ow! Bloody dog. Put me off my flow now. Looking dog's just gone, jumped up and opened the door. Fucker. So, nice tasting. There's definitely a sweetness and a bourbon to it. It's a pleasant tasting whiskey for me, but I prefer it mixed with cola, if I'm being brutally honest. It's not a smoky or peaty whiskey. It's basically middle, down the road. Jobs are good in whiskey, and that, for me, that's, you know. Although I did get a hint of sherry then. Oh, so for this little fella, out of 5, I'm going to give it 4.3 out of 5. It was okay. It's very, for me, if you're in your world of whiskies, it's the entry level whiskies. One of the entry levels, along with your Bells, your Grants, Teachers, all those belong in that entry level area. Then you progress from there to single malts, single grains, and then whiskies from around the world. And there are a lot of good whiskies from around the world. But in this country, when I was at Sainsbury's, this sold massively. So out of 5, I'm going to give it 4.3 out of 5. Very nice and very strong. Don't I know? Thanks for watching. See you soon.